I'm obese, shoot me in the belly.
Look at all the space I'm creating, everybody!
Bad! Bad monkey! Bad! Oh, you got baited so hard! I don't think I can handle any more of this bot gameplay.
Spilo.
I mean, it was better than the polka, I guess. Non-copyright dance music didn't really have anything inspiring. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's non-copyright for a reason. It's like, nobody wants to listen to this, so we'll just give it out for free. I guess that's the thing that I should be taking away for it. Hello, everybody. My name is Spilo. We're going to be doing some streaming. My headphones are broken, and I'm getting a replacement headband thing for it, so I can't use my headphones, so we'll see how that goes. I have a pair of earbuds here just in case I need to. Hello, Patches, Lucky, Major, Joe DePro, Delos, Baggins, thanks for the heads up. Sorry, Nunchi, Joe DePro. Joey, hey Lightwaves, thanks for the sub, 33 months, appreciate it, on all this stuff. Hey Fabe, Hampson, good to see everybody. We're gonna do a short stream, probably only one VOD like last time, but I'm sticking by my promise. We're gonna be consistent with the streams. I've been pretty busy with stuff, but, still streaming.
As good as that intro song was, it was objectively worse than the last intro
Your
song.
opinion sucks, Savvy Joan. I'm ashamed that you're even in my stream. That means that you selectively chose to enjoy my educational content, which I take as a personal insult. Get lost. Empty your wallet before you leave and then never come back. What are we reviewing, Coach? I don't know, actually. We're gonna have to see. Would you guys like to start with some Ask Spilo or... Okay, here's the deal, chat. Do we want to just do Hammer Time today, and if we have time, sub-VODs? Or should we do it the other way around? I feel like we have some catching up to do still. I feel like we should do a VOD. I think we have to 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 do a VOD. We're too far behind. Like, I don't have the luxury of, like, just taking my time and just doing Hammer Time. It's my choice? Okay. Well, my choice is that I'm going to be responsible and do Busan Sombra. Oh, bless me. Okay. So, how's everybody doing? To keep submitting VOD chat and hospital off the stream. I mean, it sucks. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I legit, how many VODs? I'm so far behind. And I've actually been doing like 3 or 4 VODs a week. I did like 3 or 4 last week. I'm not that far behind, but I just keep posture check. Stop. I literally just got here. Let me slouch a little bit. Okay. We're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do ACVOD, Sombra, Mid Diamond. He says, oh, no, Masters. I was gonna say, that's not Diamond, it's Masters. So we're gonna do some Masters Sombra. Coincidentally, the last time we went over Sombra, at least part of it was on here. We went over a little bit of Busan downtown. Last time we did Sombra, so we're gonna go over some Sombra. Yeah, honestly, if you're not a sub, you're not gonna get VOD reviewed. It's been that case not just since I've been busy the last month, it's been like since the dawn of time. It's honestly kind of misleading. I think, do we have it posted in there that I'm probably not going to get to you? Probably should. My day's been actually okay. My throat has been bothering me like crazy. It's been driving me nuts last like week. Been like dry stuff. I think it's the dry air. No other symptoms, just annoying. Okay. That's posted, yeah. I mean, there's a redeem channel points that you can do, but it's a lot of channel points. Okay, that freaked me out. That sounded like me. Listen.
God damn it.
Right here. Ooh.
What?
They're like clearing throat. That's weird. It sounded just like me. Why don't I just drop everything and do VOD reviews? Haha! Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Is Jane on the other team? Is he? Oh yeah, he is.
Look at the enemy. Dude, I had the list, dude.
Okay. Chat. What are the 2 most important things about Sombra? I'm gonna make it 3 just to make sure that I include the big stuff. 3 most important things of Sombra. Can you guys tell me? Translocated placement is 1. Yep. What's the second? No, not health packs. Farm EMP. Farming EMP is a result of doing things correctly. Hacking targets at the correct time. I mean, you're kind of half right. Engagement timing, yes. Engagement timing, translocator placement. What's the third? Engagement timing, translocator placement. What's the third? I mean, you guys kind of got it. Playing from a reasonable distance. I mean, it's basically like off-angle positioning. Like how you're positioning yourself to either farm EMP or get good hacks off, making sure that you're timing it at the proper place and that you have a good translocator placement. So like that's instantly when I start a Sombra VOD review, especially something above like gold or plat, where I expect like the fundamentals to be there. You need to be like positioning yourself properly. Your translocator needs to not be ints, and then you need to be timing properly. I mean, everybody gripes about the Sombras in gold and plat and silver where they're just not paying attention at all what their team is doing, and so they're always desynced, like the EMP and spawn kind of a thing. You know, I expect more from a Masters player, so we will hopefully see better proper angle. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, what the angle actually is dependent on what composition that you're playing it with or playing into. For example, if you're playing Sombra into like BAP Zen, it's actually worse for you to play at the off angle if the off angle looks like this. For example, if this is your team and this is the enemy team, I'm getting a follow notification, nothing's showing up, nothing's showing up, nothing's showing up. My stream is super far behind. Hello, thanks for the fall. In other words, if you're off angle like this, a Sombra versus a BAP Zen, it wouldn't be terrible, but it wouldn't be as good because it's so much easier for them to turn slightly and quickly spam you out, right? And then you go back to it, and then like you're gone. So against like a BAP Zen, like a high spam comp, how you get value is you actually off angle behind them, almost like a flanking tracer or flanking ball, because BAP Zen are way more vulnerable than a lot of other backlines. So there's less of a priority on quote unquote farming EMP so much as they're actually putting kill pressure. Like you're forcing the BAP to turn around. Maybe you get a kill at the Zen, maybe you force Lamp, maybe you force Shift. Maybe they're playing a Widow, you can go hunt the Widow down. But there's a lot of different ways. Whereas if you're playing something like into like a Reaper, Moira, Kree, Ana, Diva, Winston, anything with not a lot of range and not a lot of spam, then you do play more on the softer off angle like this, right? Because going backline against a comp that's harder to dive and that's less squishy doesn't do as much. It's easier for them to bully you out. But at the same time, they also have a harder time spamming you out from range. So it's like higher spam comps, you want to be playing more on their backline where you can punish them for being greedy and you don't get cleared as fast. Less spam comps, don't have to necessarily be on the backline, you could just be on an off angle because it's harder for you to get backline pressure and it's harder for them to actually spam you out. So it's a trade-off. Does that kind of make sense? So like as soon as you roll in this comp here, you immediately roll out on an off angle, but then you can kind of adjust based off of what you see.
Low heal here.
Does that make sense, chat?
Okay.
It's like deciding whether you want a hard flank behind them or whether you just want a soft pressure, and which one works better depending on their comp. It depends on how much spam they have, and also depends on like how quickly they can, how much damage they have, okay. Like, can you imagine soft off-angling versus a Bastion bunker? Like, that wouldn't work. You want to turn them around and, yeah, you want to get all the way behind them. Otherwise, it's not going to be as good. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, I need to look at your comp really quick.
Beat them all. Dude, I had them in my team.
You guys have, like, speed comp? Reinhardt, Bat, Lucio, Sombra, Sigma? Yeah, so you guys are playing, like, rush comp. So, your comp is pretty good on this map. Basically what it does is you essentially just take over the entire top section here. You're rolling out with your team. I don't love this. It's not terrible. You do get the initial speed boost, which is nice, but there's no real health pack that you immediately want to hack here, so the value isn't really there. And it's also, like, if you're going to roll out with your team and then, like, you need to keep going. Like, you don't want to stop here. You want to, like, keep going and get some scouting information here. It's like right now, I would have no problem with you rolling out all the way to here, or actually probably even better would be on the opposite side here. That way you can get scouting information and then you could start to set up your angle wherever it may be. But again, it depends like what you see. So Sigma, Genji, Mercy. So it looks like it's gonna be spammier. Zarya, Ball, weird comp. Okay. What you're doing is fine. I don't really know why you translocated out. I forget this. The arrow keys in Twitch are way more time. Okay, I mean, it's fine, I guess. Hacking that. Not a huge fan of that translocator placement, especially with the ball around. A good ball will hunt your translocators, so I'd prefer that to be slightly more either hidden or placed a little better. I'm honestly not this review. I don't really want to take the time to go over your translocator placements individually because number one, that's something that you need to be doing on your own time on maps, and number two, it's honestly a very inefficient way of being coached. So like you can figure that out. I don't have time on stream. They're playing ball Zarya, I think, and yeah, so they're playing Genji. They're okay. So it's really actually like they don't really have great spam. And they don't really have great dive either, but they kind of have to dive because they're playing Genji ball, and more importantly, they're playing it with what is their other DPS? Yeah, so they're just playing like Genji ball. Like you guys have Sigma, Sombra, and BAP, so they kind of have to kind of go in with ball, otherwise they end up actually losing the spam war, even though they'd have a Soldier Mercy. Unless their Soldier Mercy goes in really hard flank. So for me right now, you have a couple of options here with what you can do. You can soft off angle because they don't have a ton of spam to punish you up. You can sit on your own back line and basically puppy guard the ball and prevent him from going in. Keep in mind, he does have bubble, and he should get bubble every time he goes in, so he's not a guarantee hack. Or number three, you could go backline because they are running Lucio. Looks like is that a BAP? You could try and assassinate Mercy. That could be a game plan because their peel isn't amazing, but that's probably the playstyle I would not like the most. So either soft off angle here, or you know, you can babysit ball. But what you're doing now is okay-ish. Ball is fine. I wouldn't even bother chasing this. Okay, I mean they're gonna get the kill. Jane just stopped running. I don't know why he stopped running. Yeah, just don't let him play the game. I mean, so like right here, this is like a really important time right here, where you need to you need to just like legitimately AFK and just hold mouse 1 at this range right here. You've got a good angle going on, you're safe, and you just need to hold the angle. One important thing to note though is that the enemy team is rotated onto your translocator. This needs to be destroyed and relocated. I know I said that like like this translocator spot wasn't great and I wasn't going to go into more detail, but this is kind of why it's not great in a nutshell. Like ball can destroy it at any time. That's just one of the luxuries of playing ball. But at the very least, you want to make it a little bit more difficult. So I'd probably lean towards the hallway, towards closer towards your spawn. Unless the enemy team is rotating this way, then this is fine. But this is like once they're established on high ground here and the ball keeps visiting this area, this is clearly no longer a good position. It's the first place he's going to look. So this translocator plus spot is going to be problematic, as we can see here. I wouldn't even bother re-stealthing. Like, you're not going anywhere. The fast EMP, but it doesn't do anything. Like, you've already lost so much space, and you were absolutely incapable of giving any follow-up whatsoever. So, poor translocator placement was a major issue for you there. And honestly, your initial rollout was really slow as well. Just kind of spitballing stuff out here. I know there's a lot of information being spat out right now, but remember, like, we kind of get a general game plan of like where we're going with the VOD, and then towards the end we can start to streamline what we see. What should our Sombra be doing right now? Does anyone know what our Sombra should be doing right now? Which instantly, as soon as this, like not even now, but like 5 seconds ago. Yeah, why? Why should our Sombra be pressuring point? Or at the very least setting up to pressure point. Like, you don't necessarily need to be pressuring point now because your team's not ready to push, but you can at least be set up for that. Now, I wouldn't do it now, or I mean, I wouldn't be actually pressuring the point right now, but I would already be set up to pressure the point. A translocator placement's a little better. I'm still not loving that you're stacking them on health packs though. Like, I know it sounds like a minor detail, but like right now, like, is it really that much worse to put it like here or here? You know, like, it's just really not. It just makes it that much harder to see and, like, less obvious of a place. Like, honestly, I would rather have you translocator in behind this corner here than where you have it now. And I mean that 100%. Okay. Fine. Mercy's or Genji. Oh, I don't know. Maybe just give it to you. Ball's got to mark you. Gall's got to mark you. What are they doing? What What are they doing? Like, this is why Sombra's powerful. Like, point pressure is powerful. They just used Mines, Rally, Blade, and Visor. I would go back to point. I don't know what you're doing. Go back to point.
Use a lot of ults as well.
You could have stalled the point. Like, and why did you not go back to point? I mean, great job flipping. Because you got a free 11%. But why would you not go back? Like, you're probably not going to win the 1v1. But you could at least stall. You're not going to farm anything here. Your team's dead.
Use a lot of ults as well.
Yeah, they Visor.
It's weird. Like, you could have stalled at another 4 or 5%. Strange.
Rallied before.
Okay. Nice. Good job to get the health pack. Fine. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back.
Got it.
Nice. Now just chill. Just chill. Okay. Go back.
We're gonna have to go point here.
Yeah, let's go point. Let's go point.
Hello? No, 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 no. You do not win this. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Brain cells leaking out of the back of your head. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. I have absolutely nothing to say here.
Got it.
So you hack her after she's already used personal, which makes no sense whatsoever considering that you were the one shooting her and nobody else. So not only are you wasting damage here, personal's clearly just faded. Maybe you missed it, whatever. Okay? You hack, you shoot, you actually move towards her, which just makes no sense whatsoever. You replace your translocator with a very high possibility that she could be chasing you down. Yes? Like that's a legitimate possibility here. But then you go do one step further. You re-stealth, re-enter the same spot, walk into her beam, and then instead of running away, or at least playing it safe, you play it aggressive, throw your translocator not back to your spawn, but back into the mini health pack against the Zarya that's 90 charge. Are you daft? I hate this kind of stuff, because this isn't coaching. This is just yelling. Like, duh, don't do that. You like that's beyond foolish.
Zarya behind on your tap.
Your timing is... Jeez, that translocator throw.
Rest on.
Jeez, dude. Okay, so they're just kind of wasting ults here and not getting a whole lot out of it. Okay. And there's...
Game's not fun.
It's good. I would prioritize megas if I were you. So like if you're playing up against the ball, hacking megas is always better. I mean, hacking minis is generally better if you're playing against like tracers and stuff like that. And honestly, they're better for you because they're more available and you don't always need the 250 HP. But against a ball, the best thing you could do is hack megas. So there's a couple ones on this map. I'll let you figure out where those are and which ones you should prioritize, but just something to touch on. Against ball, prioritize mega.
He's one. Thank you.
Right? I do like that you're hacking health packs between fights when you already have EMP. That's good. You can be doing that or scouting. Either one is fine. Generally, it just depends on the situation. Okay, so like let's look at our EMP here. Okay, he's hunting your translocator. I wonder how he found it. And you're just gonna go for it. So this is actually a really interesting situation, chat. What's the issue with this EMP, do you think?
Yo, Ash is one. He's getting killed by pocket by Mercy though.
Are you calling your EMP? What's the issue with this? What's the issue with this EMP? Shitting the balls this right now? No, you can play ball in Sombra. It's just trickier. What's the issue? They have free cover. I mean, the problem is the section that you EMP'd isn't pushable by you. So this is kind of like half you error, half team error. This is not all on you, but it's really important to note that the half of the team that you guys actually could kill, which is this section here, did not get hacked. So your timing is off here. Either you need to solo just two EMP the squishies that are available, like you only EMP the people that are available, or you wait for all of them to come out more. Because the thing is they have to come out.
Yo, Ash is one.
They have to come out. Like they can't stay here forever. They have to walk out to kill your team or cap the point. If they don't, Oh, whoops. If they don't, then they're going to lose. So you can either be more patient or you can be aggressive and actually EMP the people that you can kill. You can't kill them in here. You just can't. You could EMP Shatter, maybe. You could like EMP Diva Bomb, yeah. But again, it would require an immense amount of investment to kill them here because they're too far away. You need to wait for them to come into your space. Then you can EMP them. This is their space. You cannot contest this. This is kind of your space, where they are. You could probably kill that. And a communication makes all of this a lot easier as well, too. If you're going to call nothing else, call your EMPs. Like, you know, it's better to call your EMPs than to just call your hacks, unironically. Because you can't always count on hacks, but you can count on EMPs. So this is sketch. Real sketch. You miss the EMP on the people that you actually needed to hack. I think you got one of them over there. You guys get split. Your translocator is just wherever. Optimally would have been better to let them come out a little further. Optimally. Nice. Oh, you didn't get the hack. Whatever happened to your translocator, by the way? Oh, you just messed it. Your translocator usage is bizarre. I understand why. I understand why you didn't replace your translocator here, because you felt like, oh, I want to EMP this right now. So you just popped the EMP. But the first thing you would do is, even if I wanted to pursue this here, I would not throw my translocator there. I would throw my translocator back to my team and just press mouse 1 this direction, or W mouse 1 this direction. Then I can translocate back to your team. Throwing your translocator in is a huge investment, and you have to be sure that your team is going to follow up. Your team is not in a good position to follow this up, and it's just generally not a good idea. Like, not only that, but you actually scuff it up too. So, not good.
Yo, Ash leading.
Just shoot.
Sorry behind.
And this is where hard marking the ball becomes less valuable. It's still not terrible, but it becomes less valuable. Why, chat? Why is hard marking ball less valuable now? Can you guys tell me why? Look at the situation. Well, that's not fair. Don't look at the situation. Look at what the enemy team has. What do you guys see? What is our Sombra's job now, or more so than it was before? Whoops. Yeah, there's an Ashe. There's basically, this enemy team has a lot more spam. This is literally what we just talked about before the VOD started, right? Is our Sombra on an off angle right now? Yes. Is this off angle pressuring the spam or snipers? No. Is this off angle outside the LOS of the snipers? In other words, is he hiding from the snipers and spamming ball? No. Is this a good off angle for the situation then? No, it's not. So this doesn't work. Soren, thanks to fall. Like, this just doesn't work. Like, if you're going to off angle without pressuring snipers, then it needs to be somewhere where they can't see you. You're standing out in the open here. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Sorry behind.
That's a good shot, but it's not going to work. So, you know, GG's. You're done. So remember, like, what we could have done is, number one, we could have hid and shot ball from somewhere where Ashe or Soldier would have had a harder time seeing us, or we could have gone high ground and pressured Ashe. Remember, you don't have to necessarily pressure Ashe, but you could have gone for the Mercy, you could have gone for the Soldier, you could have done, like, corner peek the Soldier and played like here, because, like, Soldier is pretty good at getting rid of a Sombra quick, but if you know that he's going to quickly turn on you, then you could, like, play a corner, you could play near a mini, like, you could have gone, you could have gone, like, up here and just, like, gone for the Mercy here, or you could have gone all the way behind and come like here. I get that there's a little bit of an urgency here, but going directly to point is really not the plan. You need to get these guys, like, remember, Overwatch is a game of space, so as long as the Soldier and Mercy are safe and are on high ground, like, the Ashe shouldn't even be here, but, like, if the Ashe and Soldier are on high ground and are safe, you're not going to win the fight at point. It's just not going to happen. You're going to lose. So you need to do your part to get them off of high ground. Maybe you start shooting them and the Soldier drops, or the Ashe drops. Well, then now all of a sudden they do less damage, and now you have the high ground to take for your own, and you're at less danger. Hey, Sin4. So there's a lot of options here, but all of them revolve around, okay, now they have a very squishy backline. I need to adjust my playstyle. Don't just pocket on the ball. And the ball survived all that. I mean, Ryan was fine, but you guys actually needed some better backline pressure, and you need to be way more patient on your engages. like what comp you're running right now can on paper really like on paper it can curb stomp what they're running. Maybe not on this particular map, but you have tanks that can absorb spam and still take space, a fast backline that's safe against ball mostly, and then 2 aggressive DPS that punish spam. So you are praying right now that they go spam or some form of something with spam.
Even a fucking Honda would be good.
Because you're gonna get absolutely, they're gonna get, they should not get curb stomp. They're go Roadhog. Okay, Roadhog's not great, but Roadhog's I guess not awful. Translocated placement's nice. I like it. You could hack this mega. Good. Now that's super helpful. Now, chat. This is really important. This is really, really important. What just happened right now? The Ashe fed 100%. But what's happening on a big picture perspective that's really good right now? What's happening? We just talked about this. Who sees it? Good off angle. Why is it good? Why is it good? Can you guys like can you clarify a little bit more about this off angle? Give me some more information. Pressures Ashe, the off angle. Yeah, okay. Yes, the 76 can't shoot her. That's really big. For the 76 to shoot her, he has to jump off of the high ground and give away his positioning to shoot her. And she was shooting Ashe. Now Ashe was feeding, but she was shooting Ashe directly. Like, your best defense is a good offense. If the Widow and Ashe are what's killing you because you're shooting ball, go shoot the Widow Ashe and they'll stop shooting you. They'll be too busy running away from you. Or they'll be shooting you and they'll be under pressure. This Ashe is not going to hit any shots. Like, even if she were positioned up here, this is still a good off angle for pressuring ball, for pressuring Zarya. Because guess what? Ashe and Soldier can't shoot you. So you've taken a deep off angle on spam where the spam couldn't shoot you. This is great. It's really good. Now just sit here. Just sit here. Don't let him bully you up. He can't stay. He didn't hit a single shot. He literally did not hit a single shot.
Keep poking.
Just hold your space. I'd probably re-enter stealth and go to I would probably re-enter stealth here. I'd grab a health pack maybe. Yeah, you overstayed your welcome a little bit.
Mercy low.
Get the mega. Get the mega. Get the mega.
Big.
Shield. Ring is low. Shield.
Sorry about.
Okay, it's okay. He's gonna have to run now. Re-stealth. Grab the mega again.
I'm gonna die.
Sorry. On top left.
Very aggressive, not really necessary. I like the idea.
Ring is low.
Yeah, so you overstay your welcome a little bit. Like, at this point in time, your team is rotated to point, so like the best thing you can do now is let them come out a little bit so that then you can pressure them again. Your team is rotated to point. They want to fight around point. They do not want to fight up here. You see this? Team's on point. This I know this seems like a really complicated concept. It's not. Your team, if we split the point's like this, and this is their spawn, this is your spawn. On rollout, you guys are fighting here, right? So you hard holding this position here was good. Can you guys see it? You guys probably can't see this, but this section here, okay? Then your team goes from here to point, right? So now should you maintain your off angle all the way by yourself, like out of stealth, just standing out in the open here? Are you going to get any support or help? Is the team going to be under any pressure at all? No, they're all fighting here. So your off angle needs to migrate as well to like here or, here. Which means you re-enter stealth, you chill, you wait for the enemy team to come out, and then you shoot them. Like, when I say to move here, you don't necessarily need to actually move to here, but you need to be ready to for the fight to actually come around this spot, because this is where the fight's happening. Right? Shut up, Legos. Nobody cares what you think. It's like right now, you're like, this Soldier can all in you, because who's going to shoot him? Your team on point? No, there's nobody in your team on point.
On your wall here.
And then this is super sketch. Oh, bless.
Big.
Shield. Ring is low. Shield.
Sorry about.
And because of that little mistake, things start to kind of go downhill, because the Soldier zones you, runs the point, and now he has this off angle for free without any pressure from you whatsoever. And not only that, but you're very late to be pressuring Ashe. You chuck the translocator, probably not really necessary. You could have played directly underneath her and shot up, or you could have done the same thing to Mercy. Lots of things that you could have done here instead of throwing your translocator. It's way too much of an investment. Think of translocator like Moira Fade. If you're going to commit it aggressively, it better darn well work pretty fast. Otherwise, you're going to be in serious trouble. Because, like, case in point, like, this fight is still winnable. Essentially, like, like, this fight is very winnable. Like, if anything, you guys are up one, but you die. And now the soldier has high ground for free. And the ball is 1 HP and going to survive. And now he pops visor and you lose. So, this might be some of the worst translocator placement and management I have ever seen in a Sombra above the rank of Diamond. I'm going to be perfectly honest. You're doing a good job for the most part with your positioning. You're missing out on a couple of things, like last round, they swapped as heavy spam and you didn't adjust. Last round, or this round, your team goes to point and you still stay aggressive as if your team is right behind you. So those were 2 positional errors. But for the most part, your positioning, like, you seem to be thinking about the right things. But you're finding remarkable ways to be incompetent. Like, it's like watching a painter, right? The amount of creativity that's coming from your incompetence is actually inspiring. Like, I didn't think that this kind of creativity at this level was possible, but you're showing and exploring new ways to demonstrate incompetence and ignorance. So I guess kudos to you. Let's scout, and let's hope that we actually EMP people that we can kill.
Wow.
I don't really like where you're positioning right now. There's no reason for you to be anywhere but like here or back here. Like, it really annoys me. You know who used to do this all the time, and I used to drive me nuts. I used to yell at him, not yell at him. I'm 37. He would have his stupid EMP, and he'd sit right up in the enemy's butt cheeks, and they just twitch, and then they'd, spot him. And I was like, Jin, what are you doing? Why are you there? You have EMP. Like, the fight's, you're not ready to EMP yet. Like obviously you need to be closer to them but like, you don't need to be inside of them before the fight starts. Like, why are you, for example, like,
Wow.
Why would you stay here and not play a little further back? You could see everything. Your Lucio's dead. You're clearly not ready to take a fight. So why even bother getting spotted out? Don't be I'm 37. He might be in Overwatch League, but he's plat at heart. I have no idea what your Roadhog is doing. Your team's down to Lucio. Gee, this is good. This is good. I like this. Although you need to, like, not be asleep. That would be helpful. Did they rally? Pressuring point was an interesting move. I don't dislike it. I think optimally it would have been, hey, they got baited on the hog, now you EMP. That's probably would have been the optimal play, but I understand what you're trying to do there. Your hog should not have been walking on. I would have been in a position ready to actually EMP though once they pushed out though. Probably more so than I would have been at the point. Also, consider changing your translocator placement slightly into a ball. Like, again, this is just kind of strange to me. You have EMP, your team is taking space, and you're pressuring point. So this might make sense if you're like, there's no way I can get anybody with this EMP. They're hard holding choke. We're gonna get one shot. So I'm gonna force point, get our team some space first. But I don't think that's the case here. Like, I think your team, especially now that they're down one, like they're down their ball, you should be able to walk out of the choke without too much issue and get a good EMP. Like, I don't agree with this decision here. This is not the correct decision. So EMP Bob, that's rough. And again, I don't want to be like, ah, you so EMP. Hey, Jinja, 2012. Thanks to Bob. Green Ninja, 2012. Whatever your name is. This isn't just like, oh, he's solely EMP'd bot, what a bad Sombra. You need to think about, like, what decisions led you to that error. The decision that I'm going to prioritize uncapping point instead of actually using my EMP once my team is taking space. Again, there are probably circumstances where your team literally cannot break a choke. They need you to pressure point first so that you can set up a good EMP. like Gibraltar's second attack, right? Let's say your team is stuck, like they're all on plane, and you guys can't even get out of the choke. So if you EMP on plane, like what are you gonna do? So you could push the cart underneath plane, force a couple of them to drop, get your team out of the chokes, and then you EMP. That makes sense. To here, this is not a bad enough choke, and because you were already up one, I don't think it was necessary. So I think this was a bad decision. I don't think I know it was a bad decision.
Is he behind?
Mercy on point.
This is just stupid. There's a mini right behind you. She knows,
Damage for anomaly rifle.
like he knows exactly where you're going. It's just very, very silly. And you're gonna miss out on a lot of EMP charge because of that. That's really unfortunate. I can't tell if I'm encouraged or frustrated at your stupid mistakes. That's a really big play by Jane there.
Top one.
Because,
Top one.
again, you place a translocator in the same spot.
Drop.
Like, son of a gun, dude, you're as predictable as a clock. You ding dong at 12, and you bot play every 60 seconds on the nose. Good gracious, man.
Look at the
You're getting countered by a ball. Like, you're putting the translocator in the same spot every single time. I just don't understand. Like, there's...
That's behind up top.
This is good. This is pressure right here. You got both supports on you.
I'm on Mercy.
Like, good target priority, good positioning, nice hack. But just stupid translocators, man. Like, holy cow. The point pressure on the translocators, like, we've clearly spotted a major issue here. And by the way, Avoided in EU. You guys remember Team Avoided with Ball Overwatch? This is what he did 24/7, hunting Sombras. Playing Sombra into Ball Overwatch was rough. Really questionable translocator again. Ooh, nice.
Very off, I think.
Don't know why you'd hack a Mercy there, but sure. Okay. Okay. Really questionable decision making when it comes to point pressure. Really consistently mediocre to poor translocator placements. Again, I'm not going to talk a lot about that. I think the case being needs to be, they need to be out of sight as much as you can, and you need to change the positions, and then you need to go practice them. Okay, where are you going to put your translocator? Or where did you put your translocator? I'm actually curious here. Like that. Okay, I have to actually see this here. I have to actually see this. What is that? What is that noise? Do I do that? I don't do that, do I? I guess it's okay. I feel like there's a better spot in this side of the map, but I'd have to actually like pull it up. But see, that's the thing, is like, I don't have to. I just need to. This is good.
He's running for ball. Did you hack him? I think I'm coming for you. He's running.
They're getting point though.
I'm gonna go for another.
This is really strange, though. Let me look at this interaction again. This feels wrong. This feels really wrong.
He's live. He's running for ball. Did you hack him?
Yeah, so like, this is just a minor thing, but it's important to note. Like, don't decloak directly in front of a ball. This is just brain dead. Like, what you should have done here...
Ball's going all the way around.
Well, chat, you guys tell me what should he have done? What should he have done here? What should he have done? What should he have done? What are you guys saying? Waited for ball to pass, then hack him? Sure. Walk into mini building? Sure. Decloak where ball couldn't see Sombra? Sure. Yeah, all three of those are really good. Yeah, he could have waited for ball to go a little bit by, then hack. He could have decloaked off at the side, not directly in front of the ball, so he gets the advantage in the duel. He could have decloaked in the mini room, so he makes sure that he gets the mini. Could have called a team, maybe so. Like all of those things are good. Any one of those things would have swung the fight in his favor, most likely.
He's running for
But
ball. Did you hack him? I think
yeah, not good.
I'm coming for you. He's running.
They're getting point though.
I'm gonna go for another.
Call it before decloaking. I mean, I don't know how much Akvat is comfortable with calling, but yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, then yeah. This positioning is atrocious. This is what I'm talking. This is like the worst of both worlds. You've been bullied into sitting in your own backline. Not only do you not have an off angle, but you don't have an off angle against a team that has a spam. Like, they have an Ashe. You guys hear the Ashe? So now all of a sudden, what's your priority? Again, I'm going to say it again. What is this Sombra's priority right now? You hear that they have an Ashe. Pressure sniper. Or you go play here outside. Now, why would I want our Sombra to play here? What would I want my Sombra to play from here? I want everyone to be consistently thinking about it this way. What do you guys think? Pressure off angles, yeah. What would be good about playing this spot here? What would opportunity would arise? What do you guys think? I'll just spam LOS, exactly. And what could he do? He could shoot Sigma, he could hack Sigma. Like, the thing, when they're playing heavy spam like snipers, not only is the sniper itself more vulnerable, so is the rest of the team. Do you hear me? Let me repeat myself one more time. When you're playing snipers or spammier comps, not only is your sniper or spam at more risk, so is the rest of your team. If you're playing Orisa Sigma Pharmacy or Orisa Sigma double sniper, or you're playing Ryan Zarya Widow Bastion, your entire, like, this Sigma is more vulnerable because he doesn't have a BAP behind him, or he doesn't have a Lucio with him, or a Rhine Shield, or a Kree. He's by himself. So if you play off angles where you can, like, pressure these solo heroes, whether it's the sniper or the Sigma, outside of the others' LOS, that's serious trouble. It's not just for the front line though, it's like across the board, they're spread more thin. They're like a glass cannon. They have to spread thin. If they don't spread, they lose. If you have, Widow and Ryan and everybody's stacked up in here in Sigma, then they're not going to do enough damage to actually spam you out. So they're going to lose anyway. So, like, if you hack that Sigma there, he dies. If you pressure the Ashe, your team takes a lot less spam, and maybe the Ashe or Mercy die. I like how you're positioning now because you're playing better around the angles. But even now, like, do you see how, like, they still have relatively free reign to the point?
Ashe left.
Looking for Soldier.
Yeah. I like that. Now throw your Translocator. Play it safe. Thank you. I would not throw your Translocator on the health pack, though. Would not recommend that. Yeah, that was good, except for throwing the Translocator directly on the same spot that you were at. Remember, the whole point of Translocator is not just for the regenerate, like, it doesn't do anything except move you. Like, it doesn't do anything except move you. So why would you throw your Translocator at your feet if you're just gonna stand there? Like, that's like Moira fading and not leaving anything. You only do that if you want to, like, outbrain somebody. But the difference between fade and Translocators, with fade you actually disappear, so it actually works. Translocator, you don't. You are very visible during the Translocator.
Sig one. Nice.
So, honestly, a very, very poorly played fight across the board for you. Not well played whatsoever. And you're going to be consistent with this Translocator placement, aren't you? Nah. Chat, I swear, this son of a gun has just turned his brain off. He's gone into power conservation mode. They've shut down some essential businesses going on in his noggin. Knick-knack OW. But the problem is these aren't non-essentials, okay? Okay? This is like during COVID shutting down, like, the public facilities and shutting down the highway system and shutting down the hospitals. No, this doesn't work, Nimrod. You need to put your Translocator in a halfway decent spot, especially against a team that is playing ball and a soldier that's looking to flank a lot. Against Tracer, Sombra, ball, anything that does this. Oh, shut up, AFK noob. If you're gonna have an, like, oh my gosh.
Cheeky hook here.
I'm gonna try to hold.
Your brain's AFK. Okay?
Oh, I missed. What? Kill this hill?
I'm kiting.
Don't hug.
I think we can all kite.
Jane got bullied off of
I got
ball.
EMP.
Mission accomplished. Ballsy to throw your Translocator. I mean, I guess EMP works. I think you missed a couple folks, though.
I got EMP.
Yeah, and the BAP lamped it too. Again, probably would have been a little better to just have been a little bit more selective with who and what you were EMPing, because it's very, as you can see here, again, it's a situation where it feels like a fat EMP, but I don't actually think it was. I think you got 2 or 3. At the very least, at least make sure that the 2 or 3 that you end up getting are the ones that you actually want to get, right? It's not like this is live. Are you joking me? Like, it's actually astonishing. Chat finds a way to have fewer brain cells than the person I'm coaching. Slippery, what do you think of the phone? Like, consistently. Again, another transgator. Like, you were phenomenal. Okay.
I think I fluxed him.
I'm not sure why you translocated out. Let me look at this again. Hey, you're full HP. What?
I think I
You're
fluxed
full HP. And you don't need to rehack it. You hacked it not long ago. They're not even playing ball anymore. And you need to be farming EMP. And you guys are committing on this fight too. And you should be deepening your angle going in further. This isn't for your entertainment. Not everything's about you. Thank you. This is good. I mean, this is what we talked about, right, chat? Like, what's happening right now? What's happening now? For my entertainment. Me! I'm all that matters. Do you understand? All that matters. What's happening again? What do you see? Yeah, it's a good off angle. Why? Why, in the circumstance, is this a decent off angle? Why? Why? Yes, you're shooting from an off angle to where you cannot get spammed out. If you are not going to go for the Ash Mercy directly or the spam directly, you need to go for the tanks from a location where they cannot see you. Bingo. Gun go burr. Huh, humor. Yeah, boy, you must be real fun at parties. That's why you don't go to any. I mean, it kind of sucks, but like, this is Sombra. Like, this is Sombra right here. Like, you're not feeling like you have a major, crazy, huge impact, but this is Sombra. Maybe this like Sombra goes in bursts. Sombra's like hack EMP, you know, brrr, hack EMP, you know. But like, you're not like you're gonna be like hitting some crazy shots.
Sick hack. Sick.
Nah, slow in the translocator. But you know, that's just kind of how Sombra does her thing. I mean, you could argue maybe that if you had not translocated out worthlessly, you know, maybe you win that fight because you'd put more pressure early on, maybe pressure that would have actually led to some kills. But after that point, your play was fine. Ooh, boy. And you already have another EMP. And that was it. And again, nothing about that was really mechanics or anything. It was just good positioning. You just put yourself in a good position. You just AFK'd on the off angle, and now you have another EMP. So. Please don't put your translocator here. Like, it just takes. Like, I guess it works because they actually back off, but it's just so easy for them to just walk forward and destroy your translocator. Just.
We lost our BAP.
We're even though. We're down 1.
Okay. No, they're not. Well, I mean, they're sub VOD reviews, so kind of, yes.
We're
No,
even.
$5 investment.
Social
Hey,
left,
Jet.
social left.
It's just for subs. Yeah. Again, this translocator, man. Like, it's just weird. It's really weird. Ooh, ballsy. Not in a good way. Wait, what? What's happening here?
Use this.
Fall target.
Where's the translocator? Where's the translocator? Sloppy translocator. It's gonna get destroyed. Oh no. I guarantee you a translocator gets destroyed. I guarantee you. Okay, you're just slow. Either way, it was gone. Oh wait, it was destroyed, wasn't it? But she must have destroyed it. Yeah, she did. Good gracious. I wouldn't even. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lots to talk about. Some things to highlight. I appreciated your emphasis on trying to position yourself more on off angles, and your timing was generally good. You're master, so that's what I expect, but those were clearly your strong points. Some weak points were sometimes you over-prioritized point. There's some individual things like how you were approaching ball 1v1s, and then obviously you had your EMPs were not spectacular at all. There were no clean EMPs at all. They were all messy and or sloppy. I think, again, I would be more selective and less picky, if that makes sense. In other words, less greedy, more selective. How about that? Like, in other words, stop trying to get these fat 6-man EMPs. Just get, like, once the fight starts, find a chunk of people and EMP them. 2 people, 3 people. If it's one person that you guys can instantly kill in the middle of a team fight, sure. But your EMPs are consistently putting you in awkward positions where you're not really sure who you're hacking, who you're following up on, and then it's getting really messy. But the biggest issue with you, the most consistent issue with you is your sloppy translocator placement, especially not consistently behind cover, even just like 3 feet behind a corner, and consistently putting it in the same spot every time when the enemy team has mobile targets that can punish you, especially. It's like you can get away with that more into like sniper comps, and there's no real point changing it up. But like they're playing into ball like soldier stuff, and you're just putting the same spot, and like we saw that directly lead to kills on you. At least what, 2 or 3 times, maybe more, where either goofy stuff with the translocator placement led directly to you being killed and or you losing the fight as a result. Savvy drone, I swear. But yeah, I hope that answers your questions for the most part. There were a lot of really good things about your Sombra, but they were more than compensated by awful things, which to me I would take because it makes the solution and the improvement more direct. You seem to have a decent understanding of what you're supposed to be doing in a nutshell, like the off-angle pressure, the hack timings, like the overall fundamental part of it was really just translocator and EMP. And honestly, I like the translocator stuff is easier to fix because it's less understanding your role and you just being less bad at your role, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know exactly how to describe that. It's like knowing exactly like what artistry means, but just not being a great painter and just needing more practice in that. But like you're already a step ahead of the game because you kind of understand like where you need to be positioning, the timing, like what your job is. So like, I mean, I respect it. So like we've got potential for sure. Question: is it always bad if someone consistently puts a translocator in the same spot most of the time? I mean, it just depends. Like it depends on like if they have heroes that can actually follow up on it. Like they clearly had issues that had people that could follow up on it, right? So yes, it was a significant issue. If you're playing into like double sniper in Volskaya and you put a translocator, way back behind the choke, then no, that's not an issue. But like it was clearly an issue a couple times. And then it kept being an issue, and you kept dying to it, and you kept doing it again and again. It's like you didn't learn from your mistakes. So, like, it was clearly an issue for you, and you just didn't change it. You didn't adjust, and so, like, that's a problem.